Hello. Still pre-stream? Oh, Claude, thank you for the raid. Sorry, I was just running ads so that pre-rolls would be off. Oh. There we go. Where am I? There I am. Hello. Thank you for the raid, Claude. Hello, everybody. I'm Pigeon. I do various things. Today I'm going to be doing some speedrun routing and talking over it. I'm playing an Outcry, which is a surreal RPG horror game. There will be spoilers. You know, it's a speedrun, so bear that in mind. But as far as this stream goes, I do a lot of things. I do variety. I like horror games. I like RPG Maker stuff. I do some music sometimes, and I just sort of do some variety things as well, and I'm hoping to do more speedrun stuff in the future as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoy what I'm about to get into. If you'd like, you can give the stream a follow, and it really helps me out. TM, thank you for the follows today, by the way, Lady Satan and Qualified Dex. Thank you for the follows. I really appreciate that. Hey Claude, that's all right. Yeah, thank you very much though. I really appreciate that. I hope your stream was great as well, by the way. What were you doing? One more thing before I switch over. I've got ad breaks going every half an hour. Every half an hour, a minute and a half of ads is going to play, because that way pre-roll ads stay off so people can join the stream more easily. Sorry about that. It's the best I can do with what Twitch offers me. If you would like to disable ads for the stream, Twitch Prime, subscribe, but you know, you don't have to. You haven't seen anything that I do yet, so I wouldn't blame you if you don't want to yet. Anyway, just a cozy short stream. Cool, yeah. Breath of the Wild. Very nice, very nice. Cool. Well, this is not going to be that. This is going to be quite different. Let me switch over. It's now nighttime. I'm going to make myself small and go over here. I'll open up today's video game, which is, oh, by the way, Quinn from Glassstadt, hello, and to everyone else, Quinn from Glassstadt is the lead developer of this game, so thank you to them for their work. I really like this game, and I'm sure, well, hopefully I get to show everybody why I like it. Backroom vibes. I never thought about it like that. I could use that to my advantage. I think that would be quite entertaining. This is the game. Good night, Claude. Have a good night. Hope you get a good sleep. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a bit quiet at the moment, but the game varies a little bit in volume. Anyway, so the plan for today, I have a notepad document open. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start playing. I'm going to try to note down what I believe to be and try to test out what I think are the fastest dialogue sequences in the game, because this game's got a lot of dialogue, got a lot of choices you can make, and that's all going to add up. So I've got to figure out which is fastest. I think I've worked that out for the first few minutes of the game, but not sort of officially. I haven't actually timed it out. Where's Live Split? I open Live Split. Come here. Oh, yes, my favourite game ever actually is Omori. That's a great RPG Maker horror game. You don't really need a gaming PC to play it. It's not very intensive. It's also on Switch if you want, and some consoles on Game Pass, I think. Any others? If you can get it to run on your PC, because it's kind of old now and it doesn't run amazingly, I think Prototype is a good horror game. The one where you play as a guy who got infected with a virus and you jump around a bunch of buildings in New York City. You're very powerful. It's not exactly like psychological, but I think it's fun. What else? Fair enough, yeah. What else? I think there are a lot of like games in the RPG Maker world to look into. Off is one, which is another surreal game. Like Off is very surreal. Hey, Quinn, thank you for coming along. I really appreciate that. IB, a good one. The Witch's House. You can get The Witch's House MV on Steam. Mad Father. Misao. If you've got a stomach for gory things, that game is a bit over the top. But what else? Oh, look at that bot. Hello, the Queenie LDG. I need to have a look. 1 second, just Oh, is it not letting me? Oh, wait a second. There we go. Okay, I banned the bot. Yeah. I think if you look up like the most popular RPG Maker horror games, Wada no Hara and The Great Blue Sea is one that I like, and the Deep Sea Prisoner games. She made those. Those are, though, be mindful of the content warnings. Be mindful of the content warnings for all of these. Off, yeah. There's a lot more combat in Off than in most of the ones I'm suggesting. I have watched a speedrun of Off. I wouldn't mind learning it one day. Anyway, apologies. Shall we? Yeah, I figured. Anyway, should we get into the actual plan for this before all my viewers decide to leave? So I've discovered you can skip the intro. I think, I haven't checked yet, but I think that opting into animal death is faster, and just to demonstrate, that's where I'd start. Oh, that's where I'd start the run on taking that text off. So I'm gonna go through briefly the beginning of the game. You'll see how much dialogue there is. So far, I can't confirm it, but I think... Sorry, whenever I tab out, it does that. So I think the faster thing to do here is just to pick the first one, and then the first one. I'm just trying to make a note of this for the future. It's a little hard to tell because I'll have to repeatedly actually time this out. I'll start just by going through and noting down what I think is fastest. Next we talk to Esma. And again, I think the fastest is do you smoke? And then I just freeze outside. Because otherwise you make her uncomfortable. Hey, no problem. Qualified X? I'm going to call you Fedex. No problem. I hope you have a good sleep. Thank you for coming along. Oh, derivative. Sorry, I didn't see you there. Silly pigeon, yeah. That's a throwback. How are you? It's good to see you. Thank you for coming along. So, do you smoke? And then I just freeze. Code of conduct, that's an interesting question. I don't think I've ever let this music play this long. Right, I mean, I'm not really sure. I mean, if you'd like to sit back and just sort of watch things, then that's fine. Some devs get involved. Some devs don't. I mean, if I have any questions, then it would be great if you could help me answer them. But don't feel like you have to give me all the info. You know, it's part of the game, as it were, to try and figure stuff out. So eyes in 1. I should have said content warning transphobia, by the way. I should have put the content warnings up for this game. Sorry about that. Alright, thank you very much. If I've got any questions, I'll ask you, but thank you. And then this one, I'm pretty sure it's fastest. You can actually hit X in some of these choices. You can hit cancel and you'll say something else. She gets into a big conversation if you don't do that this time. So you just ignore her. I'm doing well, thank you, yeah. It's not been... I don't know if you've seen me say much about it. It's not been the easiest for me in real life so far. Like, for a couple of months it's been a little difficult, but... I'm trying to sort of get back out there. You know? Yeah. But I'm like... Don't get me wrong, I'm doing okay. I'm managing. So, Anne. The nicest character in the game, bar yourself. Well, not yourself. The character. There's a difference. So first, I think is... Christ. Can't type. First, I think is nervous wreck. Maybe I'll put... Yeah. It's tough. It's been a tough time for a lot of people, I think. Well, I'm glad to hear you're doing better, though. Let me do something for you all a moment. That's the wrong window. That's the right one. Let me use this space. All right. Sorry about that. Now you can actually see what I'm doing. See, I'm just typing out the dialogue there, and which I think so far are the fastest choices. Just open something up. I think after that, I would like to correct Anne. The protagonist in this game is non-binary, and Anne starts off by misgendering you. But I don't think it's fastest to correct her. It's just more dialogue, which is unfortunate. Right, next. It's the addiction. Because these... I can't remember. She says more for those, I think. This one just boots you back to this without the choice. And this choice... trains. God. This only affects dialogue in this box. Epic soundtrack. Yes, I agree. So the only thing that really changes is that dialogue, and the trans flag one is faster, which I quite like that. That's handy for a speedrun. An extraordinary poet. Anne's fun, provided you make the right choices. I know what's fastest in the next choice. I know what's fastest, so I'm just going to write it down. I've got to move that out of the way of my chat. Right. Alright, so basically, like, two of your neighbours are arseholes. One of them's scared of you, and one of them is nice, but she doesn't always get it right. Esma's quite nice by the end. She gets it a bit more. Esma, the one in blue, is the janitor. And she's Turkish, I think. And Schmidt's a dick. So, thank you. Yeah, I can... it's possible to mash, provided you're not going to make any choices with ZX and C altogether. Which is quite helpful. So you can hit X out of this. But it's faster to walk past, unfortunately. So you're not exactly the moral good at the beginning of this game if you want to go fast. Hate this dude. I'm not sure whether I hate him or Eisen more. Now he's going to make some really... Oh, actually... Schmidt cigarettes. I failed to ask. I know that's fastest because he gets into some weird conversation with that one, but in this one you just say, please give me a cigarette. And then he makes some horrible, like really horrible noises. He just, oh, how did you record that? I don't know who recorded that, but I hate it. Like, I hate it in the best of ways. That was you. God, it's really like there's something very special about really messed up sound effects in horror games. They really get to you in a certain way. Yes. Oh god. Oh, it broke since. Well, it's served admirably. So once you've got the cigarettes, go downstairs. You've got to go and open the mail. There's a bunch of sort of expository stuff, most of which we're going to ignore. We go 3 to the left. We hit X until it fades out. We go back and then we're locked out. I'm pretty sure I've got the prologue down quite nicely, which I know is, relatively speaking, a pretty short segment of the game. Then you go outside. Yes. I've done some playtesting before. Oh, right. Oh, I see. Well, thank you. I guess I'm doing my job then. Yeah, I tried to figure out the order in which you can talk to people. You can talk to... If you talk to Schmidt and Esma, then you can talk to Eisen. You can talk to Anne at any point, but Eisen isn't available to talk to. She won't hear you until you talk to the first two. Then once you've talked to all of them, Schmidt and Esma will fight. That's the order for talking. So you can basically just go in a straight line and then back. I'm going to save because that'll be useful for practice to have a save right here. I think we have a bunch of friends of the dev. Hello, Gumi Luca. It's Rapid Kebab. Were you involved in this game as well? I get the feeling that a bunch of people who are here were involved in this game. Yeah, I don't know a lot about vaping, but I'm not sure it's a hobby for the poor and downtrodden. Oh, excuse me. I had to allow the word douche. Automon's working hard. Right. And noise? Where's the noise? Okay, that was interesting. Had to tab out and tab back in. They snap out of their nicotine stupor as the sound of a distant outcry is carried to them. Its reverberations are felt far and wide, amplified by the surrounding walls. And then I'm going to reset in a minute to do a run through of what I believe is fastest for the prologue. Just do that all in one. But first, the eye is surprised, and then a bird flies into the window. Oh no, wait. Stamp out the cigarette. There's something going on. Oh no, the bird doesn't fly into the window. That's in the other one, I think. The bird's there. You don't need... Talking to the bird is a waste of time, but you need to go to the door and talk, and then the bird will say, hey, look over here. Anyway. I hit reset, I'm going to just do a quick run through of that. I might also check some of the other dialogue options, just in case. Although I'm pretty sure what I've got for that is the fastest. Skip intro, yes. Out of animal death, no. They're in your hands. Go. So for Schmidt, I believe it's the first options all the way through. I should write down which number each option is. That would be helpful. Do you smoke? So 3 and 2. Keep a hold of that. Remember that for me if you can. 3 and 2 for Esma. Tell you. First, that one, I believe, Kellogg. Oh, not yet. When's Kellogg? I know she says that. There you go. Alright. Trans flag lighter. This changes nothing outside of this dialogue, but it is like less than a second faster. Thank you, Anne. Are you coming out? No, you aren't. An extraordinary poet. Okay, it is possible during this to open the what's it called, menu. This is going to be a real test of my mashing, because there's a lot of mashing going on, and I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming. Pick it up. Rambunctious. Unignorable yet, nobody is complaining. I guess that's a bit of foreshadowing. The first time I played this game, by the way, was right after Birdsight was bought by a certain individual, and that really brought home the metaphor. May I have a cigarette? Creep. Locked myself out, yep. Bye-bye. No, it's alright. I mean... it's I guess it's a speedrunner's curse. Picking the fastest options. Like, I'm sure in a bunch of RPG horror games, or a bunch of horror games in general, there are some pretty bad options to pick. I'm sure if I wanted to go the whole way, I bet the fastest way to do this game is the, what's it called, enabler ending. That's probably the fastest, because I think that route is shorter in general. There are no fights either. I do wish I got to correct Anne on her slang, though. I don't get to do that. It is a bit sad, but all of the moral choices. But it's the kind of game. Oh wait. Did I talk a little bit more? Where are you? What happened? Okay. That gets a little buggy sometimes. The quitting out of that, of the looking out onto the street. Yeah, I'm not sure. This takes about 45 minutes to do. I'm doing the Ursa Minor ending. I wonder how long. But then again, in the follow route, you have the really long walk. Yeah. Yeah, that makes about sense. I've done it faster than that, but I think I took a few detours. With Ignore, I mean, with Ignore, but then again, it's hard to say, because Remorse, you've got to wait for Anne. I don't know how long that timer is, but you just stand there. I tested that. You don't have to move or anything, you just stand there. But then there's all of the aftermath if you leave for Enabler. Dunno. Anyway. I don't know why I quit out. I don't need to do that. I'm right back where I was. Alright, I'm going to start trying to time more text. I've done... Oh, 1 second. 1, it was 3. 2, hit X. That was 2. I remember. That was... I think that was also 2. That was 1. Let me just save that. But with absorption, yeah, it's just the rest of... It's just the cutoff point, essentially. Because they split off right near the end, and the others are just a bit longer, I would imagine. Ursa Minor is probably the longest, but I picked it because it's the best ending. And I think that's a good place to start. Reverberations are felt far and wide. Okay, yeah. Then you got to talk to this bird. And it's like... I don't know, it speaks a lot of poetry and then says it will kill you. The world with nameless hearts and mouths, yet defend from birdless beaks. It's lagging a bit. My computer stresses out a little bit trying to run all the streaming and VTubing stuff at the same time. I don't think there's anything over there. I think the best thing to do now, you just go straight to Anne. I don't think anything else offers you anything. Well, I guess now is a good time to check. You don't talk to Eisen. I'm pretty sure Anne is the only one to offer you stuff. Leave Esma alone. Schmidt, you can't get in your house, but yeah, it's just Anne. Can I save inside yet? Nope. I can't remember when I unlocked that. And I'm pretty sure, because I checked on my casual playthrough every time I came to this door. But yeah, that one doesn't do anything either. That was the first ending I got, the suicide ending, because the first place I thought to go was that door. My ass is like, oh shit, birds. I don't know why I'm mashing. This is a cutscene. Force of habit. That's why I'm mashing. Okay. I guess this is the first thing to check. I don't know what the fastest drink is. I know that's only a little thing, but first I'm gonna check. The fruit juice. Yeah. Talk. Okay, I'm just gonna... Hold on, I'll stop it there. That's 45 seconds. Now I have to reset and go back to through a bunch of cutscenes because I can't save inside. Actually, I should have... No, that's the wrong... That's start. I should have saved right after talking to the bird. I can do that now. For the moment, we're doing this again. Naturalist design. Mr. Square Peg. Has the alert come up for you yet? Or did I forget to put the alert on this bit? Not sure. Anyway, Mr. Square Peg, hey, thank you very, very much for the follow. I appreciate that. I'm not sure I've heard the phrase naturalist design before. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Hmm. Like with the saves being usable items, it does add a certain element of tension to it, though. Trying to pick when to save, or it would if you didn't become aware that you get a lot more saves than you need for a game that takes about 3 hours, I guess. Hmm. I see what you mean, I think. Yeah. I mean, hey, that's the creative process, isn't it? You see all the little mistakes, and everyone just thinks, oh, nice game. Like that thing with the 2 cakes. The person making the not so great cake just thinks, oh, it's not as good as this professional cake. And most people just think, hey, 2 cakes. It's that kind of thing. Like I'm a musician. I play drums, and I can hear all the when I play the drums, I can hear all my mistakes. But everyone else who hears it goes, "Oh, you're great at playing drums." That kind of deal. Everyone else, I feel like, or at least some people, are quite willing to interpret things in positive lights, or at least I am, if I can figure out a way to do so. Actually, there's only mashing between. No, wait. I want that. Right, off we go. Alright. At least I've saved and there's less stuff to go through for the next bit. Mr. Square Peg, I didn't ask, by the way, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Or did I ask that? Anyway, I hope you're doing well. Okay, right. Timing bit part 2. I'm going to go with the first drink, I guess, this time. And the other choice, I'm going to just keep it being the same one. So, bird. I heard a bird speak. That was when? 43. Okay. Because you don't talk about, hey, what's the drink? That is slightly faster. I wonder then. Good thing I saved there. I'm going to save as frequently as I can, and then later on I will decide which saves are useful for practicing. But just having lots of saves at the moment, so I can get to lots of different points in the game really quickly, is going to be helpful. There are a lot of buttons you can mash with it in this game, theoretically. I think you've got Z through to N all work on the bottom row of the keyboard. You've got space, enter works. Can you mash with escape? Yes, you can. Theoretically, you've got a lot of different buttons you can hit, but I don't think, from my sort of anecdotal testing, I don't think just hitting every button as quickly as possible is the best way to mash in this game. I don't think it handles inputs like that. I've noticed you can go too fast, and I think if you're holding more than one button down, it won't necessarily register the second if you've got the first down already. I can't be certain, but that seemed to be the case for me, unless that was a different game I was playing. I can't remember if Anne paused like that after she called as Asta Bond. That was fastest. Okay, bourbon. And that was fastest by a comfortable enough margin that I am happy to say, yeah, it's that one. That's the fastest one. Now, I have a theory. First, let me note that down. I do not think that those choices change any dialogue. Those two there, after you pick the drink, which I shall now reset and find out about. Oh, no. The first, I need to check I'm a nervous wreck versus the other one. Yeah, sorry, this is going to be a fair amount of the stream. It's just me talking and picking different options in text. But if you've got anything you want to say, anybody, I mean, feel free. I've got a bunch of time to talk over this. We'll do some multitasking. Cool, yeah. At some point, perhaps I'll switch my category to games and demos or just chatting. Because as much as I would like to sit in the an Outcry category the whole time, most people don't really go and look at it, I don't think, which is not great for discoverability, unfortunately. Yeah. It's a shame. One of the things that annoys me is, yeah, thanks for understanding, I appreciate that. One of the things that annoys me, like the most popular clip on Twitch for this game is someone, it's like a streamer with 1 million followers refunding it because they thought it was going to be more like Ebe, and it's not. Which really, I feel like this game deserves more than that. It pisses me off from someone who likes indie games and from someone who's done some work on indie games before. RPG Maker, I could do that. Thank you, good call. Yeah, it pisses me off that most people's game, a lot of people's experience of this game is this person played it and it wasn't like Ebe, so they quit. But I don't know. I guess that's the terror of game dev, really, especially in a world where lots of people find out about games through influencers or whatnot. Excuse me. Just taking a drink. My VTuber model always looks like he's kind of high when I do that, which brings me no end of amusement. Bourbon. Oh, apologies. I didn't realise that was that audible. Yeah, I will meet for that. Oh, Jesus. Sorry about that. Oh, God. I'll bear that in mind. Thank you for telling me. And, again, sorry. I have a big water bottle. It makes a lot of noise. If a time traveller... Firstly, hello, Lady Satan. If a time traveller moved a pebble in Austria or something, Anne would have said you were a locksmith. That's one of the jokes she makes, isn't it? Or something similar to that. Oh, yeah. If you say, I need a locksmith. Outside. No. Yeah, I think the first time you talk to her, you can say something like, I need a locksmith. And she makes a joke about it. A joke that I don't completely understand, but... nevertheless. Anyway. $12. In-jokes a player going on. Oh, okay then. The Naked Gun. That's all good. Right. We're doing the thing again. So that was 12.44. Yeah, even though it's 4 floors. I think it's possible. I'm not sure if it is. I haven't tested. It's possible that the only time the elevator is faster is to skip the space in between, but I don't know if it's actually possible to use it to do that. I haven't checked. I've interrupted Anne writing pornography so many times. Sorry, Anne. There's a bird uprising going on. Oh, you need to brush up on all things Anne, or whatever. By the way, I don't know exactly what it represents to me, but I really like the fact that you go through this game with a character referred to as the unnamed, and then you give them a name. It really sort of, I'm not sure what kind of meaning it strikes me with, but it it does strike me with this feeling. Maybe a window into Asta's self-perception. I don't know. Or a window into Asta's perceived importance. Don't know. Anyway, right, so it's 12.44. That lagged a little bit as well, so I think that one is faster. That's a very small difference, but... What is it she says? What's eating you? To... Can't sleep. Now this is a good thing to test as well. I'm pretty sure this doesn't make any difference. Oh, I forgot to press the button. That's right. The thing that I'm looking out for mostly is whether the dialogue changes with those two. Start of a reign of peace, end of a reign of terror, and the other one that I can't remember off the top of my head. It's a fair point. I mostly took the stairs when I played this the first time round, because I pretty quickly figured out that the stairs were faster. I haven't checked on how the ads are doing in a little bit either. 1 second. Oh, they've played relatively recently. Anyway. I should get a thing that... 1 second, can I? I can. I can pop out the lad player. So now I can see when my ad's going to run. Okay. Smart thinking. The good thing is, though, even though I have to repeat a lot of stuff, it does mean I'm going to get used to the dialogue and get used to doing the right inputs at the right time. So I'm pretty sure I should sleep or can't sleep. Can't remember. But the one about sleep. Yeah, that didn't change anything. And then Anne says, I heard it too. Yeah, that line is the same either way. So, choice 1. Call it bird noise. Let me bring it up there so you can see what I'm typing more. Bird noise description. 1 and 1. And I can't remember exactly what they say, but those ones. I suppose it's good to know rather than not to know. That's all of that done. These ones as well. I wonder if this changes anything. I don't think it does. Great. Sorry, Anne, you can't call the locksmith yet. I'm doing that once more. No. How long are we going? We're going more than an hour. This is conversation. Well, it's like we're not that far in, basically. But hey, you put in the work, you do the nitty-gritty. I have already done a test run of this game, but I want to do like more optimization work on the choices. And also get better at the fights, or the lack of fighting. I'm pretty sure it's fastest to just stay alive in the fights until you can flee, bar the ones that you have to fight through. And I think the sledgehammer is really important. There you are. And for what it's worth, yeah, you can't quit out of those choices. I don't know what you'd say if you did, but oh no, this is different. This is different. I need to time that. Those are both different. To be honest, I think both the first ones, if I remember rightly, are faster. I seem to remember both of those first choices being shorter than the second ones. Testing is going to get a lot faster once I can save wherever I want, or almost wherever I want. Yes, that might be an idea. I'll go and change it to RPG Maker. There we go. Now everyone can come and say hi if they want. That didn't tab back in properly. That's interesting. That's only the second time that's happened, and both times have been tonight. Get all the windows up. Right. Thank you, man. I need to get ready more quickly to hit the arrows for a choice. I mean, if I were actually, I'd be more ready if I were actually doing the run. But I'm like sitting with like one arm wrapped around me, sort of habit. Sleep. Okay. I'm going to go from yes, that was it. Those are both definitely shorter. Those are both definitely shorter, especially the second one. I would be very surprised if the first choice were faster for the first one. Bird talk description. 1 and 1. Okay. Oh no, I'm not allowed to go and smoke in her bathroom yet. Why is it lagging? This isn't like an intense game. 1 minute. VTube Studio. Yeah, it's probably VTube Studio. VTube Studio is really CPU intensive. I'm going to try and close a few programs. No. Not that program. Right. Tried to close Steam and I forgot VTube Studio was running through it. Alright, none of these are particularly CPU intensive, but maybe it'll make a difference, I don't know. Cool. Yeah. And then I'm pretty sure you want to just keep quitting, like, you want to keep hitting X. Are you going to finish your drink? Because then you can just leave. Or not. Alright, let me just double check that with some, like, I have a footage of a test run, and I'm pretty sure that I have footage of 2 test runs, and in one of those I'm pretty sure that I accidentally had my drink. So I will check using that, because I don't want to go through that whole thing again. To see whether taking a drink or not taking a drink is faster. Now I would expect, logically speaking, that refusing to have the rest of your drink is fastest. That would make a lot more sense. Because you go and sit back down if you take the drink. I think. Yeah, it's the same dialogue. Okay, it's the same dialogue except you drink. Let me just check in the other run I've got, just in case. Sorry, you can't see any of this. Yeah, I think it's a few seconds faster to refuse the drink, because the dialogue is mostly the same, and I think all that changes is that you stand around and have the drink a bit. Hold on a second, can I save? Sorry, I took a little drink, and the answer is no, I can't save yet. Going downstairs doesn't do anything, does it? No. And then it's like... Oh no, wait. Oh, sure, yeah. That would be great, thank you. Oh. I have. And my choice means that the door's open. Well... Wow. I see. Okay. I'll save all this in a minute. I'll keep a note of... Okay, so again, fastest thing to do here, pretty sure, is just go straight to bed. Thank you very much. I'll just keep a note of that. I appreciate that. There you go. Right. Thank you very much, Quinn. I appreciate that. Right, so let sleeping birds lie. We'll go straight over here. One more question I had. Does stepping back in a fight do anything? Or, well, I assume it does something, but does it... I imagined it reduced damage taken, but... Oh no, it doesn't do anything. Never mind. Just a good feeling. What am I doing? Brace. Oh, I see. Okay, fair enough. That was the wrong move. Well, it certainly added the feeling of being overpowered. The fact that you choose to back off a bit. I don't know, I liked it. Even if it wasn't intentional, I guess. I'll bear that in mind though, thank you. Ah, I see. Tame all the birds that attack the unknown. Oh, right. I see, I see. I haven't seen that flail thing before. Oh, wrong move. So again, I think it's just fastest to survive until you can run. Oh, so it... I've played some other games that I think are made in 2003 without that, so... But they were free, so... Huh. I didn't realise that was part of that like that. I don't need to smoke again. Oh, okay. I see, I see. Fair enough. Alright. Alright, I don't think the other ones use this kind of battle thing. Not with the everything side on. There are choices here to time out. I'll have to do the fights again. I should have saved just before. I should have saved just before the last fight, because there were no choices to make. Yeah, there were no choices to make between the beginning of that scene and the end of that scene, and I think it's just up to fight luck. Otherwise... Right. Okay. I'll just deal with the birds. Ah, I can open the oven from the side. That's a neat little time save. Prevents me from walking 2 steps to get in front of the oven. Right, anyway. Cool. Right, off you go, birds. No. Okay, save here. I'll save in spot 3 again. Oh, I have full health. Shit. Oh, a little too close for my liking. That was much too close for my liking. I can't remember which choice I started. I can't remember which text box I started timing from. Actually, I've got a VOD. Let me check that. Oh, ads are about to start, so let me just check that while there are ads going. Okay. It was from onto their brow. Hi, if you are here and you have Twitch Turbo or an ad blocker, I mean, I don't care, but if you do, how about dropping a follow somewhere? Like, you could drop a follow here, that helps me out. You could drop a follow on Twitter. I talk about the stuff that I'm going to do there. There are a lot of stream updates there. There are also a lot of stream updates in my Discord, and I talk about the things that I'm going to do. I don't currently have a proper stream schedule because my personal life, my IRL situation is a little bit up in the air right now. There's some important stuff going on, like with my family, so it's hard for me to stream regularly. But I keep people up to date on my Twitter, on my Discord. I talk about the things I'm interested in both places. Yeah. Yeah. It's been a little difficult recently. I'm not going to go into it particularly, but thank you very much. Yeah, I am a big fan of RPG Maker stuff, and I'm trying to get into. I've played a lot of the big names, like Eve, The Witch's House, Mad Father, off, I suppose. It is one of the bigger ones out there, I think, in terms of fandom. But I'm also trying to play the ones that are a little more niche. Because I'm a sucker for obscure stuff, to be honest. So I'm on my way down the rabbit hole. Okay, this is where I started from. Oh, 1 minute. Let me just check. 27.61 seconds was the last thing. That's the wrong window. No. Christ. There we go. Oh, that's a lot. Well, by a lot I mean a few seconds, but that's quite a bit faster. I didn't realise that he had much fewer choices that time. Okay. What shall I call this? Room escape. Schmidt. So far I think it's option 2. But what I want to check next. I want to see if picking the first option and then the second option is going to be fastest. Oh, I picked the wrong one? No. Okay, we're good. We're good. We live. So, Schmidt made... There were 2 dialogue choices if you picked the first dialogue choice of Schmidt's there. But if you pick the second one, there's only 1. So I want to see if picking the first one and then the second one in Schmidt's second choice is faster. Wait. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I forgot to start timing it. That's alright. We'll practice the bird fight again. Oh, sure, yeah. Definitely. Brace. Ah, missed. Good work. Oh, that's a good point. I forgot about that. Thank you. I'm the one telling people about that, and then I'm like, oh. I really need to remember that. That's important. Thank you, yes. I think I'd be used to it by now. Maybe I can just tell Schmidt to fuck off then. Wouldn't we all like to tell Schmidt to fuck off? Ooh! Yes! I see. I see. I think it's quite unlikely that picking option 1 and then picking option 2 is going to be faster than that. That's 10 seconds faster than option 1 and option 1. Yeah, option 2 is busy with model ships still. I think it's quite unlikely that Schmidt is going to, he'll give you some lip or something. I don't think it'll be. Just check. No. It's actually about as fast as this just to get to option 2 in what Schmidt says. So there's no way that's faster. Thank you, Quinn. I need to remember to hit X more frequently. That's the whole point. That's the thing. That's what the game does. Alright, 16.54. So this would be a good... Okay. Might be a few seconds more than that, because I don't know if Asta goes every time. Deep breaths. Trying to fix it. Oh right, there's a strange glow from behind him. He's already lit the fire. 18.70. Now I'm just going to pick all option 1. Oh, I could have just been quiet. Same dialogue afterwards as well. Okay, I don't think pressing X for Esma is the fastest. Didn't write that down. X. No, not C. X. C also works. Brace. First aid. Deep breaths. First aid. Deep breaths again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're healed once you get to Anne at the end of this corridor, so... I never thought really that much about the glow in excuse me, in Schmidt's window beforehand in that little picture. I mean, it always looks like that, but it means a little more at this point. By the way, I don't know how many people who played this game saw it, but I really liked the scene where you can go inside Eisen's apartment. I don't know if liked is the right word, because it's not exactly at all happy scene, but it stuck with me, the scene where you can go inside Eisen's apartment and she's passed away. Oh, I forgot to... 1 second. That was pretty quick. Yeah, I'm fairly sure... I'm fairly sure that was faster, but I will check my VOD and get a rough timing through that. Come on. Load for me. When did I start timing before? When I knocked on Esma's door? Not even sure. It was as soon as I knocked on her door. Sorry, just 1 second. Yeah, I think that was just a little bit faster. But now I want to check a second option. I'm injured. It is handy because the other big optimization I think in this game is doing all the fights quickly, doing all the menuing in the fights quickly. So this teaches me more about that, and that's useful. Don't kill me. Alright, Anne patches you up. Did I say that already? Anne patches you up at the end of the corridor. So I think you get out of that fight, you're fine anyway. Oh. Sorry, 1 minute. I wish Windows had a native always on top function. It really seems like it should do by now. I think there are quite a few people who don't really like the RPG Maker control scheme with the arrow keys and ZXC and so on. Oh, I forgot to do the thing again. But I like it because I'm left-handed and it means I can mash nicely. Okay, that was the only other choice. I think. Yes. To be honest, the battles, I can't picture it being fastest to kill unless you have the unless you have the sledgehammer. But that's pretty late on. So without that, I don't know. I think just surviving long enough. But I need to figure out how the survival works, whether it's if you do a certain number of moves, or you wait a certain amount of time, or some combination. Right. Let me just refresh again. Count out. Count out that one, because I forgot to time it again. I think that was about 16. Let me just check the last one I did as well. Actually, I can just time my VOD with the timer, can't I? So you can't hear my VOD, but you'll be able to see the timer. 15. Oh, sorry, did I miss a message? Yes, I had my COVID booster. I'm doing alright, to be honest. Normally my arm aches a little bit after it, and I was a bit worried about that. But no, I'm feeling pretty good, thanks. It might kick in a little bit tomorrow, but to be honest, I seem to be getting away with it pretty nicely. You did say something about Eisen's death scene, though. Yeah, the graphics, the fireplace. I can't remember how that branches out exactly. I can't remember exactly where in the game that is, but I enjoyed it. Yeah, yeah. Right, about 5 minutes until the next bit of ads. Oh no, that one's definitely slower because I stopped the timer a little bit early for that, and it was still slower than the previous. I wonder. I'm gonna do it once more. No. I'm pretty sure you want to minimize your time in the menu, because I don't know if the birds can attack and the fight can advance while you're in this menu. First aid. I don't know, I'll just pick first aid, because why not? It might be fastest just to hit first aid right through that one, because it minimizes menuing. And minimizing menuing is probably a good idea. Oh, no. Mashing a little too long there. Right. That was the slowest. You can quit out and say, no, I might not make it. She gave me something. What? Oh, nice. So what's the fastest one? It was... Are the ads about to run? Okay, 50 odd seconds till the ads run. Let me just go and find it. Alright. About just over 20 seconds until an ad starts. It'll be ads for a minute and a half, and then I'm just gonna figure out which option it was the fastest out of the ones I tested because I've forgotten. I'll see you then. Thank you very much. We'll see you after these messages. Okay. How are the ads doing? Oh, they started a bit later than I thought. There's one more I didn't check. There they are, right. Need to get all the right windows up. Alright, it's telling me the ads are done now. So hopefully that is the case. Nice. I realised there was one more that I didn't check. Run. A second. Okay. Yes. I don't know if this is a possible option. But what I realised I didn't check was picking Esma's first choice, and then hitting X. Because I hit X for Esma's third choice, but not for her second. Something I realised actually during the ad break. By the end of the game, the people you like, you come to know by their first names. And the people you don't like, even though you do know what their first names are, you only ever refer to them really by their surnames. Which I thought was quite interesting. I guess it kind of rings true with the naturalist design you were talking about. If you're more familiar with someone, if you like someone more, you'd probably call them by their first name. But otherwise, they have a somewhat, Eisen and Schmidt have a fairly tense relationship with Asta, if you can call it that. If you can call it a relationship. Okay, I can't X out of this one, so that's fastest. What made me decide to speedrun this game? I get where you're coming from with the prime speedrunning material thing, but really, to be honest, prime speedrunning material, at least in my view, is just something that can be speedrun and you enjoy, and it doesn't really get a great deal more complex than that necessarily. So I played this game. I kept on thinking about it. I kept on thinking about its possibilities, and I've been speedrunning games for a few years now. So a lot of the time when I think of a game, I think a part of me naturally thinks, I wonder if this will make an interesting speedrun. And after that, after I played it, I kept on thinking about it. I actually, the day after I finished playing it, I read the TV tropes page for it, because I'm the kind of nerd that likes to read the TV tropes pages once he's done playing a game. And I sort of, I found that it, like, its themes resonated with me and made me think, and I enjoyed the vibe of the game. And I get that the vibe of the game isn't necessarily like a mechanic, and it's not something that people necessarily speedrun based off of, but I do quite like to, enjoying the vibe of a game does help me sort of want to speedrun it, does help me fit into speedrunning it. And for a while I'd wanted to speedrun an RPG maker horror game. So I'd been thinking of this one, I'd been playing it, I played it recently. I started fiddling around some tests with it, and it just sort of naturally went from there. Funnily enough, the first one I was thinking of speedrunning was, before this I was thinking of speedrunning Off, which I might still do one day. But I don't know, I was thinking of this. I played it recently, and I like it, so I just went, alright, let's go for it. Yes, else was there to say about that? Let me remind myself what I said earlier. Just opening up Discord. Oh, Discord's got a holiday theme on. A bit of snow in the icon. Where did I talk about it? There. The long walk. Yes. The long corridor scene. I assume what you mean is in the ignore route when the game stops showing you Asta and just says walk with an up arrow. What intrigued me about that, at that point the game's kind of sticking it to you, right? It's pretty clear at this point. Ah, right. Yeah. I mean, the long corridor's cool too. I like it when games have a room structure and then they break the room structure. It really throws things off. It's kind of odd, but yeah, I was thinking a lot about the I can't remember in detail what it says now, but the long walk in the ignore route, around the block or wherever. Because at that point the game's pretty clear that you fucked up. And I, to be honest, I quite like that. I like it when a game isn't afraid to tell you that you're an asshole for playing it. I know some people think it's lazy, but stuff like Spec Ops: The Line, I really find it good food for introspection. So I picked up on that. The fact that you mull over what was going on, and I think especially with Esma, the fact that when I did it casually, I tried to save her kids and I failed the fight, and Anne chased the birds off, which was interesting. And I think it said something about how, like, oh yeah, you tried to save the kids, but did you feel like you could at this point have some morals after having made all the wrong choices beforehand? I can't remember exactly what it says, but something to that effect, and that was quite interesting. Like, you're trying to scrape together some morality. Spec Ops was a big inspiration. I can kind of see that, more than kinda. It makes a lot of sense. The elevator scene is not pretty. The description of Esma afterwards as well. Yeah, I think I've discovered the one you mean. I think I've only done 2 of them, because I only did the route once before starting to think about speedrunning this. But yeah, if I'm right, it's you just walk down the stairs. I wonder if there's another one that you're talking about, but oh, I forgot to hit the timer again. That's all right. Yes, that was interesting, and that did make me feel a bit bad when I realised I could do it. I thought, like, oh, I wonder if it'll let me walk down the stairs, and I walked down the stairs, and I thought, oh, there are some games that I think are. I know that there are some games that there are other people who speedrun, like One Shot or Mori. I don't know how familiar you are with either of those, but you have to make some difficult choices, and there are some difficult scenes in those games, and some of them are faster. And the games tug at your heartstrings. So I know it was difficult. A friend of mine speedruns One Shot. I know it can be difficult to speedrun it because of the emotional impact of that game. Ah, yeah, fair enough. One Shot. So the fact that spoilers for One Shot, in case anyone cares, you have been warned. So the fact that like One Shot tugs at your heartstrings and develops a very specific relationship with you, or between the player and Nico, and the fact that it makes it out all to be within its confines very, very real. It makes it emotional to speedrun. I've heard. I think a One Shot speedrun, a friend of mine said it took them. I think she said it took her a year of speedrunning it to not feel sad after each run. Sorry, excuse me a second. Excuse me, right. Because I forgot to hit my timer again. Let me just check that. Okay, so that's how long it takes. That's how long it takes between. Yeah, I am out of the habit. And the other window. Come on, right. So that's that time up there, 21.4 seconds, is how long it takes between knocking on Aizen's door and Aizen closing her door. If you press X to what she says. I'm gonna just check Discord again, because I said something else, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, the remorse ending. That confused me a bit at first. I'd been trying to figure out the stage thing. I mean, I got the sort of fourth wall idea, but it was only after reading TV tropes and playing through the ignore route again, as part of like testing speedrun stuff, that I came to my conclusion. I think what I got from it was that excuse me. What I got from it was that the game was sort of like Asta in that situation is your victim, is the player's victim, because what I got from it was that Asta on their own devices, or of their own devices, would have made better choices than you puppeted them to do. So if you were just completely uninvolved and everything else were the same, it would have gone better. But the player just had to come in and ruin it. And that was the remorse, the fact that Asta had no control over over these certain bad choices that they made, the things they said and did in that situation. That was what I got from that. It also made me think, I wonder if Anne always knew about the manuscript and the doll. I wonder if that just I wonder if that's a part of the canon that changes quietly in the background if you don't wait for Anne. And that never existed. Because it takes her mentioning this to feel any sympathy for Asta. Yes. Yeah. I thought about that. You're kind of like a director, aren't you? The player. The shittiest director of the most immoral play. Provided you make the bad choices. Alright, fair enough. You can have your secrets. So that's fastest, and then that's fastest. By a little bit. It's interesting. I wonder, I do wonder whether the manuscript exists in the background, even if you don't stick around for Anne, because I forgot to do the thing again. Oh, this is definitely slower. Yeah, I don't need to retime that to know it's slower. Sorry, I get distracted from talking and then I press a button and I'm like, oh shit, I'm actually trying to work on something. Yeah, I wonder if the manuscript still exists, because it takes you mentioning that, or not you, Asta mentioning that they can't always control themselves for Anne to feel any sympathy for you. But it's as if it were never a thing if you leave her and she is injured. Or maybe she hadn't put two and two together, I don't know. Until you say something. Or maybe she didn't think it a possibility that, you know, there's some kind of weird puppetry going on. Because if someone said to me, I'm being puppeted by some kind of evil being, would I believe them? Naturalist design. Let me just check that again. That was okay. About 5 minutes, 4.5 until ads. Oh, okay. And this one, I'll pay attention. Hopefully I'll make the right choices. Room escape. Eisen. Oh, that's the last one, because Anne just takes you in. X. There are only two choices, and one is definitely slower. This one bird doesn't get out of the way. Yeah, okay, no other choice. That's interesting. Actually, you can go snooping, can't you? I hadn't thought about that. I can't remember if I did much snooping in my, Oh, I forgot about these. Are we sure these are birds? Okay, up until here's a little story though. Right, so there are some choices that I need to do there. And here. Yes. Feel free. That would be great, thank you. The hammer. I'm not sure if I said always there. Are we sure these are birds is always faster than monsters is more like it? Ah, great. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's okay. Oh, Kitette Frog. Congrats on the McDombers. How are you doing? Now I wonder if that's faster or... Okay, well it's the only choice. So... Let me just... Let me just double check. I can save. Okay, good. I wanted to save there. Let me just check my VOD again. Oh, it's about to play ads. I'll see you after the ad break. I'm just going to check the VODs. Thank you. You know, yada yada. Like, follow, subscribe, Discord, that kind of thing. See you after the ads. Thanks. Kit Frog, if you can hear me, I'm glad you're doing well. If you can't hear me, I'll tell you after the ad. Uh-oh. Oh no, we're fine. Alright. Okay, the ad break is over. I said it during the ad break, but in case you couldn't hear me, I'm glad you're doing well, Kit Frog. Thank you for stopping by. One thing about this game that interests me is that it's not always as simple as the longer the text is, the slower that option is, because there are a lot of different little pauses in the dialogue, like that. Which one was it? It was that one. Shit. Didn't mean to do that. Was that faster? No, I checked this already. Yeah, that's a lot of I don't know. I don't have any actual dev experience with RPG Maker, but yeah, I can imagine you've got to put all those in yourself. Yeah, you mentioned you put out Crumbs recently, which I need to take a look at. You mentioned it was your sort of farewell to this engine. Are you sticking on the RPG Maker train, or are you moving to different pastures entirely? Are you going to go with Envy or something? Game Maker. Ah, okay, yeah. Fair enough. Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you put out. Because I do plan on playing. Yeah. Fair enough. I do plan on playing There Swings a Skull, Grim Tidings, and Crumbs. You know, I found, probably like a lot of people, I found out about your work from playing Off first, because I'd heard of that. Went and played the English version. I don't speak enough French to play Off in French. Excuse me one second. Excuse me. Yeah, I first heard about your work from Off, and then I can't remember how I found out about it, but I discovered that you were like making games of your own, and I thought, well, I would like to see this, so I kept an eye on it. Yeah, I had my eye on an Outcry for a little bit before release. It took me a while to actually get to play it. I'm one of those people who has a long wish list and backlog of games to play, and so I don't always play the ones I mean to as immediately as I should. But, you know, once I did play it, the rest is history, I guess, because look at me now. So the first thing I want to check is you can't X out that. Yeah. I mean, it takes all sorts, really, and there are all sorts of ways for people to find games. There are games that I first heard of through being a nerd and looking at TV tropes. That was how I first heard about The Witch's House, which meant by the time I played it that I knew the whole plot and most of the puzzles. But I still enjoyed it. It was still fun to play. Yeah, and I'll say this. I don't know if it makes any sense, right? But I'll say it. A lot of RPG Maker horror games, they're from Japan, and they feel like they take inspiration. They take inspiration from a sort of Japanese cultural sensibility. That's the sort of environment they come from. So they have the feelings of the traditions that have developed there. But one thing about Off was that I liked was that it felt European. It felt like all sort of art house and weird. And I quite enjoyed that. And there are bits of this game in different ways, but also gave me the sort of European art house weird vibes, if that makes sense. And I like the art house weird vibe. Don't get me wrong, I don't dislike Japanese RPG Maker horror games or games made anywhere else. It's all, it's all different stuff, but it's all good. Oh, I like it all. It's just something the flavor's a little different, if that makes any sense. So you can't quit out of that, which is good. $19. Yeah, that was faster. Okay, I'm pretty certain. I had a feeling that saying a metaphor was the fastest. But I think I'm about to confirm that a metaphor is the fastest of those three choices. And I'm also pretty sure you can't quit out of that one. I could check, but I don't seem to remember that you can quit out of that choice. Like a weapon, divine retribution, a metaphor. Thank you for letting me do something, birds. Appreciate that. I was just sitting there. This battle mechanic also reminded me of Off a bit. It's Off and this. Yeah, of course. Sometimes you just got to throw in the slightly silly bit. Yeah, the battle mechanic in this reminds me of Off as well. The sort of half real time, half turn based. Because I haven't seen many, or at least I haven't played many games that do that. It gives it a sense of urgency. Although maybe it's because I was just a bit more used to it by this point, but I found this one easier to manage than Off's. Off got a little confusing sometimes, a little over the top. But it really does add a sense of urgency to it. Helps to differentiate it from other stuff too. Oh yeah, that's faster. Goodbye, Esma. There was. Let me just find something a minute. I don't want to put anyone on blast, but I saw a very interesting review of an Outcry when I was looking up to see if anyone else had said anything about it or done a speedrun of it or stuff like that. Where was it? Yeah, I saw a really interesting, while I was looking for some information, one review of this game. I don't want to put anyone on blast, so I won't say where from or who wrote it, but the title is an Outcry review, The Birds Meets Undertale, which fair enough, but the bit that I thought was interesting was the byline, which was, I'd rather have a beer with the murderous crows than hang out with the transphobes, which I felt like, now I'm cisgender, I don't know what it's like to be trans, but I felt like, you know, the birds are the transphobes. Like, I mean, granted, Schmidt and Eisen are also the transphobes, and none of your neighbors get it right 100% of the time. But like, the birds are going to kill you. The birds hate you. I didn't really feel like that was subtle. I really didn't feel like the whole point was like, you can have a beer with them, but they're still evil. I thought that was a very clear piece of commentary that was being made. Like Sebastian Schrei, who's mentioned in the game. Like, you could sit down and have a beer with him, but at the end of the day, he's still a bad person. You can talk to him nicely, but he's a bad person. And it's like, that's what the birds are. And it's like, well, I'd rather talk to the bird. Well, that's not the point. Like, granted, I wouldn't like to hang out with Schmidt or Eisen either. But, you know, yeah, it's like, that's not the point. And it's not like, and don't get me wrong when I say this, I don't think it's a bad thing at all, but I don't think this game is particularly subtle. Sometimes it is, but a lot of the time, it really isn't. And that's fine. Like, sometimes this game has a point to make, and it makes the point. But it was quite something to play it, and so completely, to have someone so completely go in the opposite direction of the point, you know. But you do you. I mean, they killed Schmidt, they killed Esma, they killed Eisen. You know, you want to hang out with the birds, you see how that goes. They killed Anne. They don't kill you. Not you, Asta, but you know. That was a very interesting thing to look through. Yeah, I mean, as I said, I'm cisgender. I don't want to like talk like I'm any sort of authority on transphobia. But it's like, not like, at least Eisen and Schmidt don't try to kill you. I mean, actually, at least Eisen doesn't try to kill you. Schmidt sets the place on fire. You know, but they're like, those birds, they will subjugate people. They will do that and more. Whew. Let me just, while I'm here, I'm just going to note down the time for the last thing I tested. Okay, 19.66 for one. It's not in that order, is it? Yeah. Fair enough, yeah. I mean, you're sorry, I just saw your message. Yeah, I mean, if you want to speak about your feelings on things, but you don't have to, obviously. But yeah, I'm sure you've got your own sense of things, and there's probably a reason why you made things as they are, right? You know, the birds are friendly, I guess, in a sense. They're nice, but they're not kind. That's always the distinction I make. I'm autistic and I'm Jewish, and Jewish in this one resonates with me. This game is set in Austria, and it's got a Stolperstein in it, so I think about that, and it's like there are people